Welcome to For Collectors.
Good evening, collectors. Welcome back to For Collectors. My name is Sammy Thunder. My two guests tonight are no strangers in this community, as everybody, I would say, is pretty familiar with these guys. We have Ray from Philly and Cardboard Coach Neil, and we are joined together tonight to discuss the Philly show, but more importantly, the YouTube Hangout that will follow that Philly show on that Saturday. Gentlemen, thank you for joining.
Hey, nice to be on, Sammy.
Yeah.
So this is the second time you guys are hosting this the YouTube Hangout. The first time was at like a nearby hotel. Is it the same place again?
Same place.
Yep.
Same place. Hilton Garden Inn.
Hilton Gardens, yeah.
Awesome. And it's going to be that Saturday night at 5 p.m. That's correct. If we were talking off camera about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Saturday night, 5 p.m. when the show ends.
Cool. So we'll definitely have to continue plugging this because obviously this is going to be today's Sunday, so this upcoming week.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll have to keep plugging this away and getting the word out there and making sure people know. And Saturday's a great day. You know, it's probably going to be typically a busier day of the show.
Usually, yeah.
So.
There's a lot of autograph people at the Philly show.
A lot of autograph. Yep. And they got a great lineup.
Yeah, they do.
They got a great line. They always typically do, but this show, it seems like they have a lot more.
Well, they also expanded the space at the Philly show as well. They've they had that extra space going back beyond the initial room, but it looks like they're really kind of like going full blown on this one.
Yeah, we and Neil were talking about the other day that it used to be in the high hundreds for how many tables they had, but they posted this week that they're having exactly 1,000 tables now. They added like another 175 tables just in the past few weeks. So 1,000 tables, that's national size I don't know, unless the national has way more than 1,000. I think it's about the same.
Yeah.
So it's Philly show. I've done videos about this with other YouTubers like Ed and Mike O. We talked about the 50th anniversary, which is this year, and it's the oldest show in the country. It came out in 1975, so I remember going in the early 80s how this show was just very, very small. I have pictures of the very first show that it was in the guy's basement, and it was just like guys from maybe Maryland and Delaware, like 10, 12 guys down a basement, and now it's like just astronomical.
Yeah. It's come a long way.
Big time.
And it's better than the national. More bang for your buck.
Here you go.
We were talking about that a little bit. I really love the Philly show. I think it's very streamlined. It has the appeal of I can't really compare it to the national because obviously the physical dimension, the space is much larger in those convention centers, but there's something really, I don't know what it is about the Philly show. There's just something that makes it stand out amongst the rest. I don't know. I can't really put my finger on it. I don't know what you guys feel about it.
Well,
I agree. I can't put my finger on it.
It's more, I think, historical than anything because it's been around for so long.
Yeah.
But I hope it doesn't lose that vibe because it is getting so big now. The intimacy, like Strongsville, we were talking about, is fantastic, but the Philly show is getting really, really big. But I think it's mainly also what helps is the location of it. It's a lot of the collectors are in the East Coast, so you got a lot of New Yorkers, Pennsylvanians, New Jerseyans, Delaware, Maryland, and it's just perfect location. So
it is.
It does make a difference.
Yeah.
Also, I think the free parking really helps too.
Big time.
Yeah. How many times? I mean, Ray, you sound. I mean, I know you're from the area, so you must have gone a number. And you're talking about the history of it, so you must have gone during times when it was smaller. But
Oh
as
yeah.
far as the current rendition of it, how many times have you gone?
I was pandemic year in 21 didn't go. I went a couple times in 22. I would say probably since 22 when it got back into action, probably 5 or 6 times. I missed the last one, but I'd say probably 5 or 6 times. 20.
And Neil, I know you're pretty somewhat in the area, so it's got to
Yeah.
be pretty close territory for you too.
Yeah, I'm probably about an hour out.
Yeah.
All the locations that I've been to, I was at the George Washington Lodge once, I think, as a kid. But the ones I've been to, Fort Washington, the casino, and then now the Oaks, and in between there was Reading. Reading was about an hour and a half. That show wasn't that good. It was like the kind of in between. The Fort Washington Expo was sold, and they turned it into a corporate center, and they were trying to find a space. They couldn't find anything, and had to move it out to Reading.
Yeah, and I think it was only Reading, maybe 2 years, if that.
2 years, 2 years, yeah. And it wasn't that good. It was a long drive. It was in the middle of nowhere,
right?
And I think it suffered. But
yeah.
Do you guys at the Philly show? I mean, obviously there's the dealers that we see in kind of in the national. We see them at the national. We see them White Plains. You see them in these different areas. But is there like a local dealer that you always are kind of excited to see at the Philly show that you don't really get a chance to see anywhere else?
Local. Trying to think here off the top of my head. I mean, the usual guys I always go to first. Like I like going to Bill Chappell.
Yeah.
You know, he always seems to have what I'm looking for.
He is everywhere.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think who else off the top of my head, dealers wise. There's just so many of them.
Yeah. And right in that quadrant, with Bill, there's like Stan and of course Ash and Brian when you first walk in, and I mean but the vintage, it's kind of scattered out through, but it seems like that first 2-3 aisles, that little section, there's a lot of vintage.
Right. When I was doing sets, I used to go to Dickie's, I think it was the guy's name was that had all the set. Yeah, that's a big hangout too.
Oh yeah, yep. Yeah, there's a lot of like shows like the Philly show. There's a lot of like those. I don't know how to explain, like those nooks and cranny type dealers where they're you're kind of walking in. It's like everyone looks at display cases, but the Philly show, there's so many longtime collectors in the area that set up, and it's like they brought their basement and with boxes and boxes upon stuff. But those are the ones that you go in and spend a little of the time. You're going to learn about how the hobby used to be and find some cool stuff. And that's what I'm hoping to do on Saturday.
One of my favorite pickup stories happened at the Philly show. And what makes it really special is that, and this is not to discredit the dealer at all, I just kind of makes it stand out more, is I went around the room. I have my want list at the time, and one of the cards, I have it right here, disregard the crack on the slab. Unfortunately, it did take a tumble at one point, but the card itself isn't great. It's fine. But the my Willie Mays test card,
nice.
Hires root beer. So this was on my list. I went around to all the dealers, Stan, Ash, Chapel, all the names, and I went around showing my list, and I asked them if they had anything from there. They said no, but that's a great list. And it wasn't until I got to the dealer named by the name of Dan, who has he has like a smaller table, kind of like a U-shaped style table.
Yeah, those are the
has great stuff. I highly recommend checking him out. He's always set up at the Philly show. But after 7 hours of walking, he had this raw, and he took it out of a fanny pack, and I was gonna submit this to SGC. And I was like, "Oh, I'll buy it off you." But the point is that you never know. I mean, without not discrediting Stan or any of those guys, because obviously they have such great stuff and we always buy from them, but we should never overlook any of these other dealers that
Right.
make smaller tables.
Right. Without doubt, there's a lot of diamonds in the rough.
Oh
In these smaller tables. I found some very cool things. People in like these mom and pop, I call them type of tables that have great stuff. But the thing also with the Philly show that changed up, and it's changed recently, and I think a lot has to do with the guy who owns it now, Joe Drellick, who also now owns the National. Last year was his first National. The Philly show for years, I'd say all of the 80s, all of the 90s, and early 2000s, it was always the athletes that were there were just mainly local Philadelphia athletes, like Flyers, Phillies, Eagles, Sixers players. Well, now, since Joe Drellick has taken over, there's been more national type of when I say national, I mean like around the country, players from other cities, and it could be San Diego Padre or Ricky Henderson and Andre Dawson. So now the shows is just it's really grown to having really cool guests now that you're seeing people flying in now from everywhere.
Yep. And Joe does a great job with like segregating that whole. I mean, just with the Oaks facility, which as big as it is, he does a great job with getting the autographs kind of in the back, and the people waiting for the autographs kind of in the back, along with TCG and stuff like that. So basically, on that main floor, you're going to see mostly sports cards, and it's a huge floor.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I'm trying to pull up a photo, which I have one here. Let me see if I can pull this up, just so for anyone who hasn't been to the Philly show or just haven't seen anything from the Philly show before. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna pull this up right now. Let's see, Philly show. Allow. Okay, you guys can see it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a kind of a grainier photo. I think this is probably an older photo actually, because you can kind of tell the aisle signs were they just have aisle 100, 200. Now I think they're more pizzazzed out with the Philly show logo on there. So this is kind of an older photo.
Yeah.
But this gives you the idea of how widespread this is. There's got to be 8 or 9 aisles overall, maybe more.
I think more
than that now.
Yeah.
I think with the red carpet, I believe that was that like from like 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah, that's Oaks. I mean, not Oaks. That's Valley Forge.
Oh, is it? Oh, this is not the. They look so similar.
Yeah.
Let me find another. I'll find it more updated. All right, that's not the.
I could be wrong. I think that looks like it's Valley Forge, but it could be.
Well, there was one of those halls had carpeting, and I remember. You know what, Ray? I think it was the year after the pandemic, because I was just like, I don't even know if the show was even open.
There was a flood in Valley Forge.
Yeah, and then when they moved it to the Oaks, I was thinking, wow, this is kind of ritzy, because here's this red carpet, and I don't think they have. I mean, I'm not looking at the floor when I get there, but I don't think I just saw Dan's comment. I think that's correct. I don't know the halls, but one of them was
the small room for when the Valley Forge had the flood. Since it was last minute, when they went to Oaks, to the Greater Expo Center, they couldn't get into A, so they had B.
Yeah.
A was a bird show, and I remember walking in to Hall A by mistake, and no lie, I walked in. 1 billion birds everywhere, all over the place. I'm like, this is not the Philly show. And then they're like, oh, go all the way down this road, and it's in Hall B. But it was much, much smaller. They had to cut out. Yeah, they had to cut out like a few hundred tables because it was flooded out the other place.
They had the bird show and the card show going at the same time.
He came home with a mantle and a parakeet. Go figure.
You can't beat that. I mean,
you get an African gray.
I'm telling you, I walked in, there was 1,000 and 10,000 cages everywhere, birds flying everywhere. I was like, where am I? Where am I?
That's wild. That's funny.
So we were talking a little bit as well about Strongsville, and I know this is about I know where this whole live stream tonight's talking about the Philly show, but I figured since we were talking about it off camera, I figured we'll kind of dive a little bit into that as well. And I mean, both of you, Neil, you said you haven't been to Strongsville yet, right?
Not yet. No, I'm going
Neither.
in. I'm going in April.
Okay.
But I have never been. I got to see it.
It's definitely it's an awesome experience.
Yeah.
I mean, really, a lot of people really show up for that. At least in the past couple of years, a lot of people have shown up for that. And the between that and the National, I mean, the National is a great experience, but it's way too widespread. You kind of feel like you're an ant under a microscope.
Yeah,
It's overwhelming.
What's that?
It's overwhelming.
Yeah, really overwhelming. And but obviously at Strongsville, it's more quaint. Is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
And the best way I can explain it is when you're walking the floor, you're going to bump into the same people maybe 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And it's actually really helpful because you could be at a table and you would be like, oh, I can really use Neil's expertise on this card. Where is Neil? Oh, wait, he's right over there.
Yo, Neil, come here for a second. That's what I heard too. Like you can literally yell at someone like way over at another table because it's like so, intimate. Like it's really cool.
So Chris, going back to the Philly show for a minute, Chris was asking, is the Philly show actually mainly sports cards? It's like half Pokemon, half cards. The Santa Clara show is frustrating in that regard. Not at all. Pokemon exists.
It's mostly sports cards.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Pokemon cards are there, but I would say it is definitely a skew towards
The back.
cards. Sports cards.
So what's interesting, so you can visualize the layout, Sammy?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So when you walk in, like now, there's going to be another, Ray, 145 tables.
170 tables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even more for the first time. So when you walk in, you're going to see baseball card exchange right there on your left and Brian Deck on your right. And you walk up right when you hit Bill Chappelle's table, right across, there's going to be another, I don't know if it's a real hall, maybe it's Hall E, but it's smaller, but there's going to be another 170 tables.
Yeah.
So that's like a show in and of itself right there.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's going to be all Pokemon now, but whatever it is, Joe and Paul do a great job like segregating all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
roomy, Dan.
Yeah, roomy, I think, is where a lot of the Pokemon stuff is going. That extra 150 plus tables that they announced this week. So me and Neil were looking at the floor plan. I mean, it's just the main gigantic room, and then next to it is a smaller room where I think that's where a lot of the Pokemon stuff's going to be.
It might be birds too. You just don't know.
God forbid. If I had nightmares for days after that. I thought I was in the movie The Birds. It was insane.
Can't help but reading these comments. And
there's a lot of good analogies in there.
Yeah.
Strongsville, Strongsville. Pretty much what ends up happening is everybody ends up going to the bar on the bottom floor, in the lobby, essentially, and kind of hangs out there, shows cards, and I'd imagine Chris from Missouri is going to be organizing another event, and we'll be organizing another event as well. So, but it's actually it's closer than we thought. Actually, January, February, March, April, about 4 months.
Yeah.
So
it's
gonna come. It's gonna just come like that
sooner than you know it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a tough call. If I were to say Philly versus Strongsville, it's just two completely different shows in the sense that Strongsville is a dedicated vintage, and Philly's up there too as far as being a heavy vintage show. But
it's tough, I would imagine.
It depends on what your preference is. If you want just vintage and intimate, then Strongsville. if you want the variety and just a lot more to see, like memorabilia, Philly. So it's definitely the best of both worlds.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you'll have, if you're into collecting modern or 80s 90s stuff. When I think of who's it's Brian. I think Brian, Al's brother, loves the refractor, like the 80s and 90s refractor stuff.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So I think when I think of that stuff, I think of him because I know he's like an absolute expert on that.
Right.
But yeah, the Philly show, that provides you that outlet. But they just do something that's a different feel compared to the other shows of that caliber.
Right.
They just do a phenomenal job at being able to kind of ration the distribution of different types of collectors.
Right.
Meeting the expectations.
Right. And the lines aren't crazy. Paul does a great job with organizing these lines, and they move pretty quickly. And it took a while, but man, like it runs like a machine now as far as like getting people in and out through the lines. It's like no joke.
Yeah.
You're not waiting like tremendously long time.
No, it looks like Dan from Steel City he's going to be coming for his first Philly show experience as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's gonna love it. He's gonna absolutely love it. There's so many, like Paul Borges, he'll be there, and Stan, and all the big name dealers will be there.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to think of other dealers that like Harry Kolb and Neil. No, you guys know.
Yeah. Harry sits up at the Delaware show, Ray. I think we met him.
Oh yeah, I know Harry. Yeah.
He's a great guy.
I'm trying to think of other dealers. I mean, to be honest, I can only really come up with the vintage dealers. I'm not a modern guy, so I don't really know. But I know they're there. I know they're always there. There's some good dealers there as well.
There's a
707s there.
Levy. Levy.
Yeah, Levi.
Yep.
And
Leighton, of course. Yeah.
Leighton's there.
Of course,
CIA will be there.
CIA will be there. But
CIA will be there. And then there's just one.
There's so many dealers that you recognize. You might not know their name. Like there's a couple. They're an older couple. Sells nothing but T206s. I don't think they do. I don't think they do the national.
They do all graded, right? Nothing but graded T206s.
And they have, everything. Yeah. They must have probably 2,000 T206 slabs in those cases. And if you're looking for an Uzit or a Sovereign of so-and-so, they know exactly where it is.
Yeah.
They don't have a website. I think they set up, they're from like New York area, but I don't think they do the national. I think the furthest they do is the Philly show.
Right.
This is a good question. Kind of a question we probably should have asked ourselves here. What are you guys looking for at Philly? Anything special? So you guys have anything in mind, or you want to keep it a secret?
No, I mean, I don't mind. I'm always looking for PSA graded cards for any one of my registries. I've been doing a project for, actually not a card project, but a memorabilia project with autographed baseballs. I've been trying to put together the 500 Home Run Club individually signed and a 3,000 Hit Club individually signed baseball. So Dave Winfield's going to be there. He's in the 3,000 Hit Club. I'm pondering if I want to get a ball and have him sign it, or just buy one already autographed with a certificate from the 500 Club. I'm almost done actually on the 500 Club. So you'll find it there at the Philly show, that's for sure. So
how much is he asking for an autograph?
Winfield is $100.
It's not bad.
And then it's additional for inscription, of course. Now everything is additional for inscription, just to put 3 letters on, HOF. It's amazing.
It's $30 a letter.
What about you?
Nothing. Nothing in particular. I don't normally go into shows like, especially like something like this with a list, because I'm going to see something that you didn't plan on seeing, and got to be prepared for it. But again, like I was mentioning earlier, it's those mom and pop dealers. Most of them are like kind of local, and being a Phillies fan and athletics, they're going to have a lot more of that stuff that I'm looking for. There's like,
Yeah.
There's a 64 Phillies bulletin like from this evening, and I think it was the evening bulletin. There's one card I'm missing, and I haven't seen it, but maybe I'll find it,
Yeah.
along with other stuff like that. But you walk past Bill's table, and he's going to have,
Yeah.
20 different things that you want to buy. So
It's he brings out the unique.
Yeah.
Because I went to the village show I went on last time. I went on Sunday. I went with Mookie, and I went to another dealer. I just thought of another dealer, and I should have mentioned him because you had an interaction with him, Neil. You sold him a card. It was the Giants. Oh God, was it 1906?
Oh, the
Card.
with Christy Mathewson.
Yeah.
And
It's
Dummy Taylor. Yeah.
Durward. You
Durward.
met with Durward or Woody, however he introduces himself as. But yeah, him and I are cut from the same cloth, Mathewson and Mays. So when he showed that to me, first thing I had was I said to him, I was like, "Are you selling it?" And he's like, "No. I think I'm gonna hold on."
That's a good impersonation. I've only met him once, but that was spot on.
Oh, Durward's great. Durward's great.
He was real great to deal with. I met Phil Gary
for
the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that name from Net 54, and I've seen him around. I didn't know that was him.
I'm pretty certain he'll be at Strongsville this year. I'm hoping he will be. He's like a dealer. He's one dealer who I love buying from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Phil, or are you talking about Bertrand? Or
Phil. I mean, I've bought from Durward too. But Phil has what makes Phil stand out is that he sells a lot of the Cuban cards, a lot of the bazookas, Venezuelan cards, and just really like Dominican cards, like really out there stuff.
Nice.
Okay.
So he is, yeah. But yeah, Phil, he as Dan mentioned when he was at the Philly show, he was walking around that show, I think. But I'm really hoping he'll be at Strongsville again this year.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm looking at the list. I mean, there's some auction houses there, like Fanatics and Clean Sweep and Heritage. JSA is going to be there.
Oh, at this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Hunt Auctions.
How about SGC? Will SGC be there?
I don't see their name on the list.
So we'll bring up a sore subject.
Well, here's the thing though, and I don't want to go off topic, but I saw, how Facebook, it just recognizes what you're looking for.
Yeah, the algorithm.
Yep. So I guess it picked up on baseball cards. I saw an advertisement for some sports card show up in New York, and it was in March of 2026, and it said, guests include. It had Beckett and it had the SGC logo. So I don't know. I mean,
they're in for a rude awakening.
Yeah,
it's an old flyer.
I'm still holding out hope.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as Tony's saying, SGC is hanging in there. Yeah. I mean, they're still grading. All right. I guess we're going to go down this hole. All right. The numbers keep decreasing. They keep dropping. Starting in September, it was like 50,000, 40,000. Then October was like 30,000. This past November was like 20,000 or something like that. It just keeps dropping. Yeah. So, are they putting a stranglehold on the company to try to get collectors off from submitting based on the drop?
It's a good question. I don't know.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of collectors that are just, they don't want to submit anymore. But I think it could be corrected. They just don't want to, they want it to just die by itself. Hey, we didn't kill it. We didn't get rid of the brand. It did that amongst itself. Who knows? But I still like the tuxes. I'm still going to buy SGC.
Yeah, of course.
And we'll see.
I guess they're just waiting for more of a finality to make a decision whether or not they're still going to submit to them or not. Because until PSA announces something, or collectors, that is, announces something, what they're doing with it, people they feel, I guess, a little leery about submitting to SGC if they don't know if they're still going to be around 2-3 years down the road. So I guess once information comes out, it's going to keep dropping. So I think they need some sort of they need to announce what their plans are.
Yeah.
It's just strange because like they're bringing all these, I guess the word is that they're bringing all the SGC graders over to PSA to train them, I suppose, or a lot of them over to PSA. But yeah, PSA also does not seem to be bringing down their turnaround times at all either. So really, it's a really bad spot for grading right now. Not a good time.
It's funny, before the purchase, their times were increasing. They were getting quicker and quicker and quicker, especially after they had the backlog in around 20, 21, 22. Mm-hmm. When they finally got caught up, I was getting cards back in 30 days in 23 and 24. But after the buyout, it seems like they feel like now they're just kind of like, we're the only ones in here now. We can do what we want to do. And they're going back to just taking 3-4 months or whatever, which, that's all part of the monopolization of the whole thing is when there's no competition, they can do what they want, which is a shame because, because there's less other graders companies out there and they're just getting crushed.
Yeah.
But who's going to take over the SGC? Is it going to be CSG or I don't know.
Some new company, who knows?
We should start our own.
Yeah.
That was I think Greg and Mike from Junkwax here were on their sports clubhouse podcast. They were joking around saying, well, let's buy Beckett, and they're like, how much money do you have? I have $100 on my pocket. I got $17 in mine. Great.
That should do it. Oh, man.
Here we go. Dan's got an idea. 4CG, 4 collectors grading.
It's not bad.
Not bad. 4CG.
Yeah, good idea. Yeah.
Just let's get the entire community together to pitch in $20 or something like that.
We'll have 100 partners here from YouTube.
Oh man, I am Rick. I am. I'm keeping my eye on it. Thank you.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's
When's that in?
It's an extended, isn't it?
It's extended right now. Yeah, okay. It's gonna close in about a little less than a half hour.
So back to the meet and greet hangout. We want to let people know about that there's going to be food this time, thanks to Jeremy, Texas Snowman from CIA Auctions, Collector Investor Auctions. Myself and Theo and Neil, we've been going over what to order and that kind of stuff. So, it's going to be fun. So there's going to be food there. I mean, it's going to be in the bar at the Hilton Gardens Inn, which if you leave the Philly show, you just, like Neil said, you just go through the parking lot. It's a half-a-mile walk. If you want to drive, you can get there in 1 minute. A walk is like 5 minutes. So, and you'll see the Hilton Gardens Inn, and it's in the lobby where the bar is. So the bar is a nice size bar. There's quite a few round tables there and chairs. So we're expecting like 30 people, maybe more. And if it grows, if it's more than that, then we have a plan to move to a room in that hotel, in which, then we'll take it from there. But for the time being now, it's going to be in the same place as the last one. But we do think it's going to definitely get around 30 to 35 people. And thanks to CIA, it's going to be food.
Yeah. I think it's going to go over 50. That's just,
your number's 58, right? You said 58?
I'm always optimistic.
Listen, if you guys really want to build, get that number even higher, just, get an open bar.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hint, someone's watching.
I got 41 people watching. I imagine somebody might want to sponsor that.
Yeah, why not?
Dan says this filet mignon has to be medium rare. Okay. How's chicken tenders?
If they're Raising Cane's chicken tenders,
those are good.
They are good.
Yeah. My one son, that's all he wants.
You got Andy's attention.
Free beer?
Not quite, not quite. You got to go to Wawa and get yourself a 6-pack. Do they
Yeah.
sell beer? They sell beer.
No,
at Wawa.
I was going to say, wait a minute. I was about to ask you where you live. First of all, do you have a Wawa where you live?
No, not in New York. You got to go.
Okay.
You got to go to like Southern Jersey to get Wawa.
Yeah.
And they have
Maybe
beer.
Jersey Wawas have beer in there. Neil, have you ever seen?
No, well, I'm
beer?
in Delaware, so we don't have any of that stuff.
I was be like, man, I'll be at Wawa a hell of a lot
Yeah.
more than America.
The Wawas in Florida, though, it's crazy seeing one. Just to get off topic again, but we'll get back on. But yeah, they serve alcohol.
We just got supermarkets with beer in the past couple of years, which we never had
really?
before. Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
So aisle 10 is now beer.
There you go.
Yes, Mike. There will. We are hinting and I guess sort of encouraging,
Yeah.
right? Alcohol.
Yeah, we're at the bar, so yeah.
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 So yeah. So you really, I guess you can't bring. You can't. It's not BYOB because then you could. You might get kicked out.
Yeah, we don't want to get kicked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was last time in September. Again, I'm optimistic. I wasn't sure if we were going to even have 5, but we had 10. So I'm just going to always double everything. And it was a great mix of people, and everyone had a great time. So people showing cards. I think a couple guys stayed for several hours. I mean, most everyone was there from about 5 to about 6:30, 7 o'clock. I think RJ and maybe Andy, and 2 or 3 other guys were there until after 8:30. They had a meal and, so. But with Dan coming down, possibly yourself, Sammy, I think this is going to, and Ray will be there. Ray's going to get his
That's
card
right.
inspected this week.
That's right. Oh man! Every time I've gone to a show, whether it be in the Philly show or the Delaware show, that one time I can't remember these guys that went, but they were
I
like,
met you at the 2 shows ago. You were
Yeah.
with Dan and
yes.
Tony, and
But there was a Delaware show I went to. That's where I met Neil at the Memorial Day. I think it was Memorial Day weekend at Delaware. I went to a show there, and I can't remember these 2 guys. I wish I could remember their names. I'm terrible with names and better with faces, but these guys they're friends of yours, I think, Ray. And they were saying like,
I know who it is.
they're like Ray. They're like, oh, Ray had something else come up this time. Like there's always something going on.
Yeah.
There's like a permanent storm cloud over him.
That's funny because I know those guys you're talking about. And
Yeah,
they do that.
well.
oh man,
They're like, but listen, man, life comes first. You got to take care of whatever you got.
it's too much life. Enough with life.
Yeah,
I just want to look at cards and hang out.
I hear you. Cool, man.
Well, it's going to be happening. It's like Christmas
Definitely.
week, right? It's
right before, 2 weeks
got
before
a card
Christmas.
show coming up. It's just exciting. It's fun stuff.
So let me see. So Dan says driving too far from Philly to take the train. So Dan, I assume you're going to be going because I think he's staying overnight. So I think he's probably going to be there. And yeah, I'll stop by because it starts at 5. Then yeah, I can definitely stop by and grab a beer and hang out with you guys. I'm trying to think who else is. If Mookie's, I'm not sure if he's going or not. I have to talk to him about that because he'll be driving or I'll be driving or I'm going alone. We'll see.
Well, I think TJ is going to go too. I think.
Oh, Tony, of course.
Tony, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think he mentioned.
Maybe Keith from Lonely Basement will be there too.
Yeah, he was there last time again. He'll be 2 for 2, hopefully.
Oh, Andy was saying that Mookie said Sunday. Man, Mookie's all about the Sundays, man.
Gets the deals.
Yeah, gets good deals, and he adds to his Mookie Chilson World headquarters. New exhibits opening up soon.
Nice.
All right, guys. Well, and I know we wanted, we were talking about going over, about not going too
full
for too
hour.
long. So, was there anything else you guys wanted to mention?
Just come on out this Saturday. The show's 10 to 5, and then we're hanging at 5 o'clock at the Hilton Gardens Inn, right across through the parking lot, outside of the Expo Center.
Yeah.
And food will be there, thanks to Jeremy from Collector Investor Auctions. A lot of fellow YouTubers there. Bring some stuff. Bring your show and tell, or guys want to trade, do whatever. And you know, there's a bar there, so you have to buy stuff at the bar, but there will be some food things there for everyone. So come out and have a good time with us. It should be a lot of fun. And me and Neil are looking forward to seeing everyone.
Oh, it's going to be a blast. And
Yeah,
Ray, you couldn't have said it better myself. Just come on out, even if you're just a commenter. You know, if you're part of the YouTube community.
Yeah, you don't have to be a content creator.
and I think you guys have a video for this, so I'll definitely push it out there, and we'll get the word out for even more so, especially during the week, to get
Cool.
to keep pushing this. So appreciate everybody hanging out with us tonight, and enjoy the rest of your week. And if you're going to the Philly show, we'll see you guys then.
Later.
Take
Take care.
Love my hobby. Keep collecting baseball cards.
But hey, we want to keep the lights on here at Four Collectors Studios, so hit the like button for us, guys.
So thanks everybody for coming, and yeah, we'll see you next time on Four Collectors.
All right, guys, have a great rest of your night. Subscribe to the Four Collectors channel if you haven't done so yet, and see you soon.
All right, guys. Clemente Collector has said we hit a grand slam, so that makes me feel good.